They told you it was just a schedule conflict. They told you it was a routine solo trip for charity. They lied. Look at the footage from the tarmac again. Look at his left hand. The ring is gone. We are witnessing the beginning of the end, and the palace is currently in a state of absolute, unadulterated panic. Before we tear this cover-up to shreds, smash that subscribe button and hit the bell, because the mainstream media is too afraid to touch the story I'm about to tell you. The official statement released 3 hours ago was 12 words long. 12 words to cover up a collapse 10 years in the making. The Duke is traveling privately to attend to personal matters. Personal matters. In royal speak, that doesn't mean a vacation. It means a crisis. It means lawyers. It means the kind of problem that can't be fixed over a Zoom call from Montecito. Why now? Why? When the king's health is the headline, does the prodigal son return under the cover of darkness, landing not at Heathrow, but at a military airfield, usually reserved for extraction missions? We have to look at the timeline. 48 hours ago, a report surfaced in a German tabloid, a report that was scrubbed from the internet in 19 minutes flat. I saw it. My sources in London saw it. It alleged that a certain legal document regarding the lineage of the children had been unsealed. And suddenly, he's on a plane, alone. No wife, no cameras. Just a blacked-out Range Rover speeding toward Clarence House at 3 a.m. This isn't a visit, this is a summon. But here is the detail everyone missed. When he stepped off that plane, he wasn't holding a briefcase. He was holding a manila envelope with a red seal. The red seal is only used for one thing in the royal archives: the privy purse and private lineage records. Why is he carrying that? Is he bringing evidence, or is he returning something he stole? Think about the timing. We are weeks away from the big summer schedule. The balcony appearance is being planned. The invitations are going out. And suddenly, the sources in California go silent. Usually, we get a leak every hour. She's wearing this. They are baking that. For the last 72 hours, radio silence. That is the loudest sound in the world. Silence means they have lost control of the narrative. Silence means the check didn't clear. Or worse, silence means the threat they were holding over the family has been neutralized. There is a rumor circulating in the highest echelons of British society right now. It's a whisper, but it's becoming a scream. It concerns a DNA test, not a new one, an old one that was allegedly suppressed in 2019. The question isn't just about titles anymore. The question is about legitimacy. If the rumors about a certain previous partner, let's call him TE, are true, then the entire line of succession for the Sussex branch is built on sand. And if that sand is shifting, the king has to act. So, he lands, he drives to London. He enters the side door, not the front, the side. The door used for staff and disgraced relatives. The lights on the second floor of the residence stayed on until 5 a.m. Imagine the scene inside that room. This isn't a tea party. This is a negotiation for survival. My source, a former aide who still has ears inside the household, described the atmosphere as funereal. There was no hugging. There was no warm embrace. There was a desk, 2 chairs, and the lawyer standing in the corner. The king didn't even sit down. Why? Because of the betrayal. We have to go back to the insider leak from last week. The one about the Hollywood freeze. The agencies dropped them. The Spotify deal is dead. The Netflix contract is hanging by a thread. They need money, desperately. And when you need money, and your only commodity is secrets, you start selling the furniture. The rumor is that they threatened to release the tapes. Audio recordings from the Jubilee. Audio recordings from the funeral. That was the line in the sand. The king, frail but furious, reportedly slammed a document on the desk. This is the ultimatum. We've heard about peace deals before. We've heard about olive branches. This is not an olive branch. This is a severance package. The terms being whispered are brutal. Total removal of titles. Not just His Royal Highness, but the dukedom itself. A complete stripping of status, rendering them private citizens with the surname Mountbatten-Windsor. No security, no trust fund, no diplomatic immunity, unless Unless he comes back alone. That's the twist. That's the dagger. The palace is willing to forgive the son, but they will not fund the empire of the wife. It's a divorce or destitution deal. And looking at his face as he left the residence this morning, grey, unshaven, eyes hollow, it looks like he realizes he walked into a trap. He thought he had leverage. He thought he could threaten a Part 2 book. But the palace was ready. They had the counterintelligence. What did they show him? This is where it gets dark. There is talk of a dossier compiled by MI6, not about him, but about her, about the yacht years, about the missing timeline in 2016, about the real reason the engagement was rushed. If this dossier leaks, the victim narrative they have built for 4 years evaporates instantly. He was shown the file, he read the pages, and for the first time in 5 years, the spell might have broken. But she is not a woman who goes down without a fight. While he is in London being grilled, what is happening in Montecito? The paparazzi have been called. Watch the driveways. Watch the restaurants. She will emerge in the next 24 hours. She will be wearing something symbolic. Maybe the bracelet he gave her. Maybe a revenge dress. She will smile that terrifyingly perfect smile. The one that says, I am the victim here. She knows he is wavering. She knows the money is running out. She knows that if he signs that deal in London, she loses her connection to the crown, and without the crown, she is just another former actress in a town full of them. So she has a nuclear button of her own, the children. The custody laws in California are very different from the custody laws in the UK. If she files for divorce in California first, he might never see those kids on British soil again. That is the gun to his head. The king wants his grandchildren. The father wants his children. But the mother holds the passports. This is a high-stakes game of chess played with human lives. And the king made a move that shocked everyone. He didn't invite the brother, the heir. The Prince of Wales was nowhere to be seen. Why? Because the Prince of Wales is done. He has washed his hands. He told the king, if he comes back, I leave. So the king is fighting this battle alone. He's trying to save his son from a marriage that the palace believes is a toxic, parasitic entity, while trying to keep his heir from abdicating in protest. The monarchy is cracking. You can feel it. Let's read between the lines of the health update released yesterday. The king remains positive. Positive. Why use that word? Because the negativity behind closed doors is overwhelming. They are trying to project stability while the foundation is rotting. And then the phone call. At 11 a.m. London time, a call was placed from the residence to California. It lasted 4 minutes. 4 minutes. You don't say I love you in 4 minutes. You don't catch up on the weather. You deliver a message. Was it him telling her it's over? Or was it him telling her they know? The look on the aides' faces when they walked out of the room tells the story. One of them was shaking. They know that whatever was said on that call will trigger the next phase of the war. And make no mistake, this is war. The media is trying to distract you. They are talking about the flower show. They are talking about the charity gala. Ignore them. Look at the schedule. The Duke was supposed to be at an event in Los Angeles tonight. He is still in London. He missed the event. That is the breach of contract. That is the signal that the brand is dissolving. But there is a darker theory. One that is being whispered in the dark corners of the internet, in the forums that predicted the exit years ago. The theory is that he isn't allowed to leave, that his passport has been misplaced by the palace security, that this is an intervention, not a negotiation. They have him in a safe house. They are deprogramming him. They are keeping him away from the phone, away from the influence, trying to remind him of who he was before the Hollywood mirrors distorted his reality. Is it a rescue mission? Or is it a hostage situation? And what about the DNA? Let's go back to that, because it is the key that unlocks the panic. If the DNA test proves that the lineage is not what it claims, the fraud committed against the crown is treason. Not just a lie, treason. That carries a penalty that goes beyond losing a title. That is exile. That is history erasing you. Is that why he looks so terrified? Is that why he is hiding in the back of the car? Because he knows the truth is sitting in a lab report on his father's desk. We have to talk about the friends, the circle in London, the old Etonians. They have been silent for years. Suddenly, phones are ringing. They are preparing guest rooms. They are clearing schedules. They think he is coming home. They think the experiment is over. But they are underestimating her. She has the diaries. She has the videos. She has the emails. If they try to erase her, she will burn the House of Windsor to the ground. She will release every conversation, every text message, every embarrassing moment. She will turn the monarchy into a reality TV show finale that destroys 1,000 years of history. And the king knows this. That is the stalemate. He can save his son, but only if he destroys the reputation of the monarchy, or he can save the reputation and sacrifice his son. Which one will he choose? Look at the photos from the last time they were together. The distance, the coldness. Now imagine that amplified by 1,000. He is sitting in that room, looking at the rain against the window, realizing that he has no home. California is a film set. London is a fortress that hates him. He is a man without a country. But wait, there's a twist coming. A source at a major US network just hinted that a sit-down interview has been booked for next Tuesday. Not with him, with her, alone. If that interview happens while he is still in London, it is the declaration of total war. It means she has gone rogue. It means she is controlling the narrative while he is cut off. What will she say? Will she accuse the king of cruelty? Will she play the race card again? Will she reveal the identity of the royal racist? Or will she drop the paternity bomb herself to control the spin? We used a donor, and they shamed us for it. Can you imagine the headlines? The palace is terrified of this specific scenario. They are scrambling to get an injunction. But you can't get an injunction in America. They are powerless. The power has shifted. And where is the ring? Why did he take it off? Is it a signal to his family? I'm ready to talk? Or did he throw it across the room in Montecito before he stormed out? The details matter. He was wearing a grey suit, not blue, grey, the color of penitence, the color of blending in. He doesn't want to be seen. He wants to disappear. But we see him. We see the fear. Now, I need you to listen very closely. There is a secondary report coming out of the circles near the York sisters. Eugenie, the only ally he had left. She has reportedly blocked his number. Why? What did he do? Did he try to record her? Did he try to use her to get to the king? If he lost Eugenie, he has lost his only backdoor into the family. He is completely isolated. And the money. Let's follow the money. The security bill alone is $3 million a year. They don't have it. The house is mortgaged to the hilt. If the king cuts him off, he is bankrupt within 6 months. He will be selling cameos on the internet to pay for bodyguards. The humiliation would be total. The king is counting on this. The strategy is starve the beast. Cut the oxygen. Force the surrender. But does Harry have the strength to surrender? Or is his pride too big? Is he too much like his mother? Driven by emotion. Driven by the need to be heard, even if it destroys him. This is a tragedy in real time. A father watching his son self-destruct. A brother watching his sibling turn into a stranger. And a nation watching its history be turned into a soap opera. But the scariest part is what happens next. The plane is on the tarmac. The engines are cold. He isn't leaving yet. Every hour he stays in London increases the pressure. Every hour he stays is a victory for the king and a defeat for the wife. She is pacing the floors in Montecito. She is calling the lawyers. She is calling the publicists. Get the story out. He is being held against his will. He is having a mental breakdown. Watch for those headlines. They are coming. The mental health angle. It's her trump card. If she can prove he is unstable, she gets full custody. She gets the control. He is walking a tightrope over a pit of vipers. And we are just watching the first act. The final question you need to ask yourself is this. If the DNA test is real, and if the results are what the rumors say, does the king have a moral obligation to tell the world? Or does he have a duty to protect the lie, to save the institution? Truth or survival? That is the choice. He is walking out of the room now. The meeting is over. He looks shattered. He gets back into the car. The car doesn't turn left toward the airport. It turns right, toward the country, toward Highgrove. He is staying. The war has just begun. I will be updating this story the second the car arrives. Do not close this tab. Check the pinned comment. Something massive is about to drop.